Comes along, the red light blinks on top of the starting gates. About to spring any tick of the clock. Just the 5 to do battle. The gates are back, they're off and racing. HOBELAR Overdrive away on terms together, but it'll be HOBELAR who goes through and now sets up a slender lead here on Overdrive. A length and a half behind them, Rosa Champlain down on the inside, King's Drama. And the rank outsider quickly dropping to the back of proceedings, Delta Lass. As they work along by the 750 and HOBELAR making play. On top for Brad Parnham, leads younger brother Chris on the favourite Overdrive, who looked to be in cruise mode. A length and a half to King's Drama, shaded here by Rosa Champlain, and 2 lengths astern is Delta Lass. So to the turn they head by the 500 mark, and HOBELAR on top, first up from a spell, leading the way from Overdrive. He hasn't really moved a muscle here on the favourite. HOBELAR guided into the home straight now by Brad Parnham, leads the way. Overdrive breathing down its neck though. 2 lengths King's Drama trying to push into the clear. HOBELAR, Overdrive being tested. In fact, both are now under the Persuader. 100 to go, Overdrive and HOBELAR. King's Drama gets clear. Down the outside, Delta Lass, the roughie coming. Here's a busy finish. HOBELAR gets the head back in front. HOBELAR fought back and has just won from King's Drama or Overdrive, and then wide out Delta Lass. It ran a real bottler of a race after being last at $50 odd. And back there at the tail, the last of the 5 home is Rosa Champlain. Good fighting win, HOBELAR. Number 4, ridden by Brad Parnham. HOBELAR had a big stare from Overdrive, the top of the straight. King's Drama eventually got clear, pushing itself into a bit of open air. But HOBELAR certainly gave plenty there. Overdrive dwarfing HOBELAR. She's a big filly, and she was intimidating HOBELAR to the corner. But certainly the King's Troop gelding has shown plenty of tenacity, plenty of fight, and dug in hard first up off that very good trial, and has landed the money from Overdrive, King's Drama, and Delta Lass. Back a clear last, and has got within about a length and a half of them at the finish in 105.73, and a neck and a half ahead the margins. Sectional time is 34.46. This schooled up very well in its trial, owned by Carol Morton and Alan Bansemer. By King's Troop from Famil, a daughter of Charge Forward, trained by Dan Morton and ridden by Brad Parnham. So Stephen Parnham on the board early, race 1. Brad picks up race 2, beats home younger brother Chris on Overdrive, a Playing God Pure Heaven filly from the Nev Parnham yard. King's Dramas by King's Troop, and out of Friday fillies for Gangemi Thoroughbreds, their partners, trained by Chris and Michael Gangemi, ridden by Clint Johnston Porter. 4, 3, 5 and 6, the details after race number 2 in that small field, but a nice return, a fighting effort after being softened up by HOBELAR. The third, the Swan Draft Handicap, the fillies and mares will run in the Class 1, 1200. 3, Never the Twain, comes out there. 8 will do battle. They'll go at 2.54 as we head downstairs and catch up with Lockie Taylor. There was a bit of grit and tenacity there from HOBELAR on return.
Yes, absolutely, Darren. A very tough and gritty victory from HOBELAR, and Dan Morton joins me now. Dan, congratulations on the win. How has this horse returned this time in? Because he was very eye-catching at the trials.
Yeah, actually a fair bit of credit's got to go to Donna Riordan. She's had this guy for me for a fair while because I literally couldn't fit him in my stable. But and she was very pleased with how he was tracking along, sort of rolling into a trial. So yeah, kudos to them. Yeah, he's a progressive little horse. I didn't mind his, the first start he had last time round. So he's just taken a little while to mature, that's all.
He seems like a fairly versatile horse. Last preparation, he took a sit on 2 occasions at the races, but in his trial and here today, he's been ridden for speed.
Yeah, just off the back of the trial when Tiana rode him and just let him roll, and obviously didn't look like a whole lot of speed on paper today. That said, Chris sort of made him earn it, and he was tough enough to, fight it right out, so it was nice.
A tactical affair. Chris was obviously all over the top of him at the top of the straight aboard Overdrive, who was the favourite, but to the horse's credit, he was very tough late.
Yeah, exactly that. And I guess, if he was going to get exposed first up, that was, I was, thinking top of the straight, he might be coming undone here, but yeah, credit to the horse.
How do you assess the chances of Blazing Emerald and Muddy Waters later today?
Yeah, Muddy Waters, like he's just got to begin. He's fallen into a bit of a habit of missing the kick, so we've taken the blinkers off in the hope that that'll aid him. So if he takes part early, he'll be competitive late, I'm sure. And the other mare's looking like she's screaming out for a mile. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, they both go well.
A nice result here first up. Good luck later today.
Thank you.
There's Dan Morton after the win of HOBELAR. Brad Parnham continues his wonderful form in the saddle. And as we always say here in the West, once Bradley finds the front, he is very, very hard to get past.
He certainly is. HOBELAR, top of the home straight though, Bradley. You were able to lead into the home corner, but Chris gave you the big stare down.
Yeah, look, he was breathing down my neck pretty much most of the way from around the corner and into the straight. And yeah, to be honest, I always thought he had my measure, but look, to this horse's credit, being first up, it was still quite fit, and you know, he was challenged. Chris's horse got its head in front, but mine dug deep and managed to get back in front and win the race. So it was a good effort.
Nice sign going forwards that at least he's a trier.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's willing to have a dip. So yeah, it's just a good sign, and yeah, hopefully he can win some more races.
Speaking of having a dip, London's Image has a dip Friday night at the Valley, 54 kilos. It's probably going to be an exciting but a long week for you.
Yeah, it will be a long week. I got Bunbury tomorrow, and then I'll fly out late tomorrow night, and yeah, get ready for that race, and then back here Saturday. So there's a fair bit of travelling in the next few days, but no, I'm looking forward to it. She's always been ultra consistent, and look, she's up against some older horses, so we'll get a good guide as to where she's at. But yeah, hopefully she can run a credible race, and then possibly back up the week later.
Barrier number 1, were you happy enough when you saw that?
Yeah, it probably just makes it easier. Like, she can jump out, she can lead but if there is some other speed that's really quick, at least I'll be sitting behind the leader and not having to do too much work. I think that's probably the main aim, is just to get her around getting as comfortable run as possible, and then yeah, see where she's at.
As we heard from Danny, it seems like Blazing Emerald, who you ride later on, is racing like she wants a mile.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, in good form as well. So if we get the right run throughout, yeah, hopefully we can play a part.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There's Brad Parnham continuing his wonderful form in the saddle. He combines with Dan Morton and a HOBELAR to take out the Drummond Golf handicap. On the other side of the break and the replay, we'll head back to Gareth and Pete for more action from Wednesdays in the West.